Babe, hold on. I'm just gonna check and see what it is, all right? Oh, jeez. What the? Oh, shit. Welcome to Shadow Alley. On this channel, we talk about horror movies and silicone masks and other creepy things. So if you're into that sort of stuff, feel free to subscribe and stick around. Okay, the goal was very, very simple. To make the most realistic, badass Bigfoot costume anyone has ever seen. Well, since Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. But that was my goal, and that is the goal of this video, to show you how I put this together. Now, long story short, my buddies at Dockside Media, they did a documentary called Conscious Contact Full Disclosure about aliens, and they asked me if I had an alien costume. They asked me if I had an alien costume. Of course I did. So I went and hung out with those guys, put on my alien costume, and helped them get a bunch of B-roll. And the next project they were working on is a Bigfoot documentary. So I thought, how fun would it be to put together a really badass, film-ready Bigfoot costume? How much would it cost? Is it gonna look realistic? Because I'll tell you what, I did some research first. I started trying to find Bigfoot costumes online. They are terrible. I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to really put together something freaking amazing, and I nailed it.
Nailed it, I know, thank you. Moving on.
I'm excited about it. So, goal number one, I guess, was feet. I mean, the creature's called Bigfoot. I know Sasquatch, Yeti, other names for it, but Bigfoot, that's what we really associate with it, is the big feet. So I wanted some pretty decent looking feet. So I found some online, like Silicone Studios has a pair of men's werewolf feet that look pretty decent. Then I found on Etsy, a guy from Argentina, or a company from Argentina, selling latex or Sasquatch feet for $310, and they are pretty damn amazing, right?
Very cool.
I mean, they are like 17, 18 inches long. They're realistic, they're furry, and it just so happens that my old snowboard boots that I don't use anymore, if I jam them way down into the latex, they stuck. Now I can't even get them out, they're so stuck in there. So it works perfectly. It also puts my legs or feet in a weird position, which I wouldn't normally walk in. So now I walk a little bit more encumbered and with my knees bent, a lot like a Sasquatch. So I thought that worked out perfectly for the feet. The next problem was the hands. And again, Silicone Studios has some cool hands. And I was going to make my own, but I decided on a pair of latex, I believe they're gorilla gloves. I found them on eBay. They are chimpanzee, chimp, ape, monkey, gorilla hands. And they came in kind of a gray with black fur. And I just took brown spray paint and really lightly spray painted them so that they're brown so it matches the rest of the costume. So now I have some pretty decent, pretty believable, pretty well done hands. I love it. I'm happy with it. So those were pretty easy to find, also with a little bit of looking. Now, obviously this channel was about horror movies and silicone masks, so I wasn't gonna do anything with the head other than a silicone mask, and I'm gonna do a complete review on this, so I'm just gonna breeze through this. This deserves its own video, but I got from Immortal Masks the Bigfoot silicone mask, and it is, I mean, it's freaking incredible. It usually comes with a white beard, and it did in this case, so I spray painted it brown to match the rest of the costume. And these, I believe, are $385 because it's a half mask, but if you add the hair to it, the hair is another 600 and something. So all together, plus shipping and everything, I think I spent a little over $1,000. So $1,012 to have, again, I'm gonna say it, I'm just gonna say it, the most realistic looking Bigfoot costume since Harry and the Hendersons.
That's a bold statement.
I have scoured the internet. I have found people selling costumes for tens of thousands of dollars. Literally, I emailed someone and for $25,000, they would make you a Bigfoot costume, but their Bigfoot costume, none of the face moved. It was completely static latex. I think mine is honestly better. It is the best I have ever seen. So this is incredible. Obviously, silicone mask, Immortal Masks, Bigfoot, it's gonna be freaking perfect. The hardest part was finding a fursuit, a bodysuit that looked realistic. So I scoured the internet and I came up with two different ideas, both of which worked unbelievably well. I went to Amazon and found a Ruby's Star Wars Chewbacca costume. It was $422, which is a little bit expensive. And when a Chewbacca costume comes to you, it's kind of like the golden blonde color of Chewbacca with some dark around the neck, and that doesn't really fit a Bigfoot. So I bought the costume and I spray painted it. Really simply, I just bought brown spray paint and spray painted the thing. And it's like a really long Chewbacca style hair, right? Look how long that is. Very, very cool. And it's a single one-piece outfit. And again, you can kind of see the blonde color inside, right? It can get all the paint in there. That whole thing was about that color, and I just painted it brown in order to match the hands, the feet, and the mask a little bit better, and it does. So I have the long, hairy version for about $422 with a little bit of work. Now, one bad thing about this costume is it sheds like crazy. When I spray painted it, it helped to stick some of the loose fur together, or the loose hair together, and it sheds a little bit less, but it still sheds like unbelievably crazy. I have hair throughout my entire house now because of this silly thing. And it was $422, and I had to put a lot of work into it, and it looks amazing. I love it, but I think it looks a little too furry, like too much hair. So I went with another one to test, and again on eBay, I found the unisex short hairy warrior ape, and it comes in lots of different colors, and I got it in dark brown. I got a large one in dark brown. Now this one was only $172, and this one looks more like fur. The other one looks more like hair. This one looks more like fur. And this one comes in 2 pieces instead of 1, so you have separate pants and a top, which makes it a little bit easier to deal with because you're only dealing with half your body at a time. It looks a little bit more like what I would think Bigfoot would look like, and it sheds way, way, way less, and I didn't have to spray paint anything. The company lets you pick the color. I picked dark brown, so they put it on dark brown cloth with dark brown hair, and I think it looks amazing. And it hugs the body a little bit more because this is a large and the other one was an extra large, so it looks a little too big and bulky and baggy, but they both look unbelievably amazing. So let's do the math. If you wanted the cheaper route and go with the kind of knockoff Chewbacca costume, the 2-piece one, so around $1,500 for the fur type version of the suit. And if you like the long hair, which I've let people look at both versions, and some people pick the hair and some people pick the fur. I think I'm partial to the fur, which is the cheaper route. Some people like the hair. So if you do the hair route, just add another $300 onto that. So you're looking more along the $1,800 mark instead of $1,500. But either way, sub $2,000. So this company that I contacted, which will rent you a Bigfoot costume for your movies, which was an outrageous price. I don't even remember what it was. But if you want them to make you a costume, it's $25,000. I just put together a costume that looks, in my opinion, 1,000 times better than theirs, with articulating face movement. You can actually do dialogue in this damn thing, and I did it for sub $2,000. I am completely happy with this. I cannot wait to go shoot this documentary, the B-roll with Dockside Media. I can't wait till that comes out so you guys can all see it. And again, I'm going to do a more typical silicone mask review on the mask in the future on this channel. So if you like weird, creepy things like this, then please do all those things you're supposed to do to help the channel grow, and I will see you in the next one.
Oh shit, 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 shit!